Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to mount your charging dock on the wall for a Dyson vacuum cleaner. So we'll start off by just tapping on the wall, and I'm using this to find where the stud or the timber fixing is to mount the bracket, because you'll want it to be mounted on something solid. You could also use like a stud finder or something like that if you've got one, which could be easier for someone who doesn't really know what to listen for. But personally, I just use the tapping method to hear where the timber is in the wall. And so once you've found your timber, you're going to want to get some screws. Now, I didn't use the screws that came with the Dyson. I've used my own square drive screws, and you want to make sure they're long enough to go through your 10 mils of jib board and into the timber behind. So just make sure it's long enough for that, and get your first one in, and then just nip it up the rest of the way like this till it's fairly tight, like that. And then what we do is we'll grab a level, and we'll just make sure that everything's all nice and level on the wall and straight before we put our second screw in. That way we're not going to end up having to redo anything. So you will ideally need a level for this, unless you want to do it by eye, which can work sometimes. Depends how good your eye is. So we'll finish chucking this second screw in now, and I'm using the wee battery screwdriver, and I'll nip it up with my square drive screwdriver, but you could get away with just a square drive screwdriver, or a Phillips if you're going to use the provided screws, but Phillips are a bit of a pain to get tight, so square drive's a lot easier. And then we get the other part of the bracket, and that just clips back in there like that, and then clips in at the bottom, and that is all mounted up. And you can of course also clip your two or any two extra tools in the bottom there for when you grab the vacuum. You might want to clean up a specific type of mess, and that way they're right where you want them. And then plug it into the wall and turn it on, and then our charging cord will be live, which is just sticking up there. And then the vacuum cleaner just slides nicely in like that and connects up to the charger. You can see the wee light on there. It means we're all up and running, we're charging. And I've mounted mine in my cupboard, just out of sight, but in the hallway, somewhere handy you can just get in and grab it. So that's about it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.